Welcome. So today we're going to go over some of my collection. We're going to start off with carvings, and this video in particular is going to go over all the carvings I don't have many in my collection of, which is obviously what you see on the title: tents, flames, eggs, and wands. So I only have a few each of those type of carvings. So we're going to be going over that. I don't have many carvings. Most of my stuff is specimens. And what I have a lot of carvings of is spheres and towers. I like simplistic carvings. I don't like very detailed sort of shapes that are, supposed to, look like elephants or dragons or mushrooms. I don't really like, I just don't like it. It just doesn't vibe with me. I like geometrical shapes, very simple, because I think that if you get too detailed within the carving, that's what you notice. You don't notice the crystal, you notice the carving first. And I want my collection to be of crystals. So yeah, there's that. I also just find some of them to be very tacky, like the license kind of crystals. That's just not my thing. I just think that looks a little gaudy in my opinion, but that's just my opinion, my subjective opinion. Yeah, so there's that. There'll be other videos obviously coming out after this. This is going to be in parts because I couldn't show my whole collection in one video. You'd be here forever. So yeah, this is going to take some time and a few videos. So other than that, let's just start this thing. So we're going to start off with the carvings I have least of and go from there. The first being tents. I only have actually 2 tents, and they're both the same material yet look very different from each other. And so the first one is this agate small tent with this incredible druzy cave. That's not dirt in there, by the way, just to let you know. That's dendrites. So it's sort of a fossilized plant material. And yeah, you could see some of that on the side here and within the crystal if you look closely. It also has this cute little orange tip, and this banding here, this yellow banding, actually UV reacts. I do still plan on making that UV reaction video. I just have to find better lighting anyway, so that's for another time. But yeah, so this is my first tent, and the next one is also an agate small tent. This one definitely looks different, though. It's got a much darker feel to it. Great, huge cave of green druzy, as you can see here. And it's got a lot of sard, which is, yeah, like what you find in carnelian, which is just red chalcedony. And yeah, it even has a little druzy spot here at the back. Very different vibe. You can see all these bandings. It's just beautiful. I love this one. So yeah, that is the tents that I own. So let's move on to the next. So the next carvings that I'm going to show are the flames that I have. I only have 3 flames in my collection. And yeah, so sometimes people call them sails. I call them flames. A lot of other people call them flames, so they're flames. And yeah, so the first one is this flower agate small flame. I love how it's so jam-packed with everything. It's got the greens, it's got the browns. You still have windows, to peer through. And actually, if you use a black light, it does fluorescent, bright yellow. So that's kind of cool. Got a little bit of the matrix here, but yeah, this is just such a interesting piece because there's so much going on with it. Then I have this sardonyx small flame, which you have the bandings of onyx, the black part, the quartzy part, which is the white, and you can definitely see the quartz here, and the sard, which is this carnelian sort of colored chalcedony. So yeah, really nice, really cool. Kind of gives off like a 70s vibe, I don't know. And last but not least, for my flames, I have this flower agate with pink amethyst medium flame. So it's much bigger, if you can tell. But yeah, it's got this really great gradient of the pink amethyst because it goes in sort of like a pink to purple to actually green, right? If you can see that here. And actually, if you turn it to the side, you can see how the flower here is also green. It's just a really great piece. It has a little slant to it, which is unique. Usually they don't have a slant, but I guess the carver wanted to maintain the sort of pink amethyst, right? The cave. So yeah, so this is definitely a unique, lovely piece. The next carving I have here to show you are the eggs. I only have 4 eggs altogether. The first being this agate small egg with this yellow coloring, but you can see if you look closely, hopefully it picks up on the camera, you can see the sort of red veining throughout, and you can see sort of the circular banding. Yeah, and it's got this huge, lovely druzy cave, and it's probably the only egg that actually could, you know, imitate an actual egg, right, because of the color. But yeah. Next is this flower agate small egg. This one is loaded with carnelian or sard sort of chalcedony, making it red. And yeah, you can see the depth through it to flower bloomings. You see that there? And also you can see the banding if you look closely enough. Hopefully you can with this camera. Yeah, really cool. I love this one. And yeah, and it's got a small druzy actually right at the bottom. All right, then the next egg is this lanite small egg. Some people refer to this material as que sera stone, but yeah, it's got this beautiful sprinkling of blue quartz, which is like really rare material, but can be found in que sera, or should be, or it's not que sera, I guess. But yeah, the reason it's called lanite is because it comes out of Llano, Texas, and that's, I think, basically the only place you can find this type of material. But yeah, really cute small egg, and you can see the green and the sort of light pink. Yeah, pretty. All right, moving on to the last egg, which is this moss agate small egg, which is just gorgeous because it's got this huge indigo purple cave right here, and the bluish light blue banding, and really vibrant green, a really dark vibrant green, and yeah, just super pretty. I love moss agate. And that's all I got for the eggs. So for the last carvings I'm going to show, it's going to be wands. So I only have 4 wands to show you, but before that I just want to mention the sizing. So I do measure them, and that's how I go by the size. You have mini to small, medium, large, jumbo, giant, and dino. So that's how I measure them and size them myself, because I do have a record of all my crystals, so I can manage to remember what they are, because there's a lot. Sometimes I can forget. I'm only human. But yeah, so that's how I sort of go about with the sizing. Anyway, so starting with this mini amethyst wand, which is a very, very dark amethyst. It does have a shine, like a sheen to it. Hopefully camera can pick it up. Yeah, just a little mini thing, super cute. And yeah, I've had this one for a long time. It actually used to be a part of a pendant that I had, but the pendant kind of broke off from it. But I just kept the amethyst because, like, why not? It didn't damage the amethyst at all, so. And the next one I have here is also amethyst, but this is a small amethyst wand. So this one's a lot more clear, and yeah, it's got some rainbows. Hopefully I can find one. And it's just beautiful, really high quality, love it. This one I know comes from Brazil, and Brazil usually does have a lot of high quality amethyst, any kind of quartz really. So yeah. Then I have this agate medium wand, and it kind of reminds me of lodolite, like the 1,000-layer lodolite up here because of the banding. But yeah, it's got this beautiful quartz that shimmer in this little area here, and yeah, pretty nice size. And then for the last piece of the day of this video is this yttrium fluorite wand, medium wand. yttrium fluorite. The reason why it's yttrium is because of the yttrium inclusions, which turns this, parts of this fluorite pinkish purple, like a light pale lilac purple. Yeah, yttrium fluorite always comes in this sort of pale purple to pale green colors, and that's about it. It's just because of the inclusions of that element. But yeah, really cool. And that is going to be it for this first video of my collection, showcasing all of the carvings that I have the least amount in. So yeah, the next video will be coming out soon, and we're going to be going over all my cut bases and my slabs, because I have a little bit more of those, I think. And then I think we're going to go on to freeforms, and then the next one will be towers, and then next will be spheres, and then the last one will be specimens. I might have to break down the specimen video into parts too, just because I've got a lot of those. Maybe even the towers and spheres, because I also have a lot of those. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.